Hey, so this is my rooftop in Chicago. It's pretty awesome. It's like a lovely morning, still summery. It's a little bit windy. I guess people always call it the Windy City. I haven't experienced that yet, but it is a little bit windy today. So this is a video for my cousin Erin. He is doing pre-tests at the moment for a lung transplant surgery. At the physiotherapist yesterday, they told him that there was a really cool study done, and the results showed that quad strength has a strong correlation to longevity post-operations. I just say cool because that's probably something that we can strengthen, that we can change a little bit more as well. So I've already given him a couple of other exercises and things to do daily, and this is just a quick yoga sequence to help with quad strength. I'm going to give some different options and just make sure you do whatever you can. We're going to use a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel, maybe a dog leash. I know you have dog leashes, Erin. So we're going to do a few lunges, and the important thing with lunges is you should feel it in your knees. So when you do a lunge, when you're stepping into the lunge, you want to have a little bit more weight on the front knee. We're not going to be going up and down in lunges, but you also want to make sure that your knee is aligned over your middle toes. So when you look down, you should be able to see your toes, and your knee shouldn't be going inward towards your big toe or like all the way out. Your knee should be going over your middle toe. So I usually try and tell people to go more towards the outside, because this is usually what happens more, and then you put a lot more tension on your knee. The other thing in a lunge is you want to have your front knee not too far over your front foot. So what some people will do is come into it like this, and like I can even feel that in my knee right now. So you want to push down through your front heel to keep that stability, and keep your knee pretty much over your ankle. Like I said, you should always be able to see your toes and wiggle your toes as well. So we're going to start in a standing position. So just come anywhere on your mat, or if you don't have a mat, if you're on the carpet or whatever. It might be a good idea to have a pillow or something close by. The cool thing about an online is you can pause it if you need to go grab something. Just if kneeling on your knees hurts your knees, you might need some cushioning. So come to a spot on your mat and just spread your feet about hip width apart. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And we're going to just work a little bit with your breath here. Start to soften your breath. Maybe close your eyes. And then on your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up towards the sky. I want you to really try and reach towards the sky here. And then exhale, turn your palms out towards the sides and bring your arms down. Inhale, lift your arms up, palms up towards each other. And then exhale, turn your palms towards the sides. Exhale, come down. Just do two more like that. Inhale, bring your arms up, reach to the sides, reach up. Exhale, come down. And reach up towards the sky one more time, and this time you're going to grab your left wrist with your right hand. Reach up, stretch that arm up towards the sky. So try and find length in both sides of your body. And then you're going to come over towards the right side. Make sure this left shoulder doesn't come forward. Try and bring it back so it's beside your ear or back further. And if you want to, you can look up towards the sky. Head back, and then inhale, come back to center. Grab onto the other wrist. Lengthen both sides of your body. And then lean over towards the left. So really try and pull that arm lengthen, and then if you want to, you can look up under your armpit towards the sky. One more breath, and then inhale, come all the way up. Forward fold over your legs, just relax your head down. So don't worry about how far you go. just try and think about length in your spine. So try and breathe into your lower back. You can keep a bend in your knees, whatever's most comfortable. Maybe sway side to side. Maybe grab your forearms, your elbows, and sway side to side. And then let your arms relax down to the sides. You're going to come to a halfway lift, so bring your hands to the sides of your shins and think about lengthening your spine forward. So I want you to think about your chest pushing forward, your hips pushing back. Again, you can keep a slight bend in your knees. Try and draw your belly button into your spine and open through your chest. So shoulders coming back slightly. Activating a little bit through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, come up to that lengthened spine. We lift, push your hips back, reach forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and plant your hands on the ground. Step back to a tabletop position. So knees under your hips and hands under your shoulders. You're going to inhale and reach your chest forward. Look up towards the sky. Drop your belly down. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Look down in between your knees. Inhale, come forward. So I cue breath a lot, but as long as you're breathing normally, trying to take deep breaths, then you're going to be working. Then you're doing yoga. Pretty much if you're breathing, then you're doing yoga. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Let's go one more time. This time try and draw your palms in towards you. So we're going to talk about this energetic pulls where you pull a little bit but you're not moving, but you're working. So it's like my palms are trying to slide back this way, and you'll feel a little bit more opening in your chest. So pulling your palms back, dropping your chest down. So shoulder blades are coming back. Your chest is reaching forward. And then come back to a neutral spine. You're going to come back onto your knees. Inhale, lift your arms up. You're going to step your right foot forward. So again here, if your knees are sensitive, kneeling on them, try and fold your mat under. That was silly. I was trying to fold my mat under while I was still kneeling on it. So fold your mat under your knee just to give it a little bit more cushioning, or put a pillow under your knee, whatever you need to become more comfortable. So reach your arms up, and then you're going to lean your chest forward. You're going to bring your hands down either side of your foot. Good. Now step your foot forward just a little bit. Wiggle your foot forward, maybe like a footprint. And then come forward, bend both knees. Reach your chest forward more and let this back hip drop down towards the ground. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift your front toes. Try and straighten your knee and your mount while keep reaching your chest forward. Inhale, come forward. So we're just going to make that a bit more active. Exhale, lift. Just trying to lengthen out and warm up the legs a little bit before we start to go into some intense strength. So again, that energetic pull, the way back, you want to imagine pulling this heel back towards you, but your mat should stop your foot from slipping. Now come forward, and then exhale, pull back. Come forward, inhale, reach your arms up. Step your foot back to the other foot, or any way you can. Lift your left leg up, bring it forward. Lift up tall, and then reach your chest forward. So chest comes forward, hands to either side of your foot. Wiggle your toes forward again. Inhale, come forward, let your back hip drop down towards the mat. Exhale, lift your front toes, reach your chest forward. Inhale, come forward. And really don't worry about straightening your leg. I'm not even close. It would mean I would pretty much be able to kiss my toe if I could. That'd be kind of cool. Inhale, bring your chest forward, let your back hip drop down. Exhale, tools up. One more time. Inhale, come forward. You should start to feel a little bit of opening in this back hip. And then exhale, come up. Come forward. Tuck your back toe under. Bring that back foot back to all four position. Then you're going to tuck your toes under. We're going to do one downward dog here. So nice and long in that spine, draw your belly in, tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips up to downward dog. Hips up nice and high to the sky. So the goal here isn't to straighten your legs. Keep your knees bent and try and lengthen through your back. I'm going to try one time coming through to a plank. I want you to try and squeeze in your quads. So start to think about your legs. So straighten your legs, push the back of your knees up towards the ceiling. Good. And then bend your knees a little bit, push your hips up to downward dog. And anywhere you can, walk your hands back towards your feet. Maybe lengthen your mat back out now. Just hang here. Again, swing side to side. Then when you're ready, slowly curl up on your next exhale. So try and control one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands down towards your chest. Bring your hands towards your hips. You're going to place your weight onto your left foot. You're going to step your right foot forward. So I want a really big step, a lunge in between both. You'll almost start to feel a stretch in this back leg. So your front leg is going to come into that lunge knee, so making sure you're not coming forward. So here you should have equal weight between both legs. Now if you're finding it hard to balance, move your feet wider apart. So rather than them being in front of each other, move your feet a little bit wider to get a little bit more balance. Or if you need something to hold on to, that's fine. Now here you're going to bend your front knee any amount. So obviously the lower you go, the harder it's going to be. So if you're just starting out, just bring a slight bend into your knee. Now remember to really keep pushing down through your heel and your big toe mount. So here and here, plus the outside of your foot. So pushing down strongly through that front foot. You're going to inhale, lift your arms up. And then you're going to exhale, keeping the front knee bent. You're going to again hinge forward from your hips, just like you did before when you're kneeling. Good. Now push through this front heel, lift your body up. So try and come straight, hips stay forward. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come up. So just to make it a little bit more challenging, you can also try and pull in this back quad. So this back knee again is pushing back towards the sky. Come forward. Reach your chest forward, shoulders back. Inhale, come up. Let's do two more, just for a bit of a challenge. If you need a rest, that's fine. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come forward. Really try and draw your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, come up. Bring your hands back to your hips and then step back. Shake your legs out a little. Transfer your weight to your right foot. Lift your left foot up. Step forward to that high lunge position again. So again, move your feet out if you need to. Bend your front knee any amount. Straighten your back leg if you can with keeping your hips there. So no pain in the lower back. If you need to keep it bent in your knee, that's fine. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, hinge forward from your hips, keeping the weight pushing down through that front heel. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down, shoulders back, reach back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come forward, so drawing that lower belly in towards your spine as you reach back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Draw your shoulders back, reach that chest forward. More. Inhale, come up. And then bring your hands onto your hips. Push back, step back. Wiggle your legs out. And then slowly bring your head down. Relax your head. Exhale, come up nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. The next one's going to be just a little bit of a challenge with a little bit of a rest in between. Good. Hands on your hips again. Lift your right leg up, step it forward. Good. Keeping your back heel up. So again, you can bring your feet wider if you need more balance. Good. You're going to lift your arms up. You're going to work with your breath here. Push down through that front heel. Lift your chest, draw your lower belly in. Take an inhale, lengthen your arms, straighten your back leg more. Exhale, bend a little bit lower in your front knee. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, bend a little bit lower in your front knee. If you can't, that's fine. Just hold in this position and focus on your breath. Lengthen your arms up. Bend a little bit lower. One more time. Keep pushing down through that front heel. Feel that front leg activate. Feel that back knee pushing up to the sky. So back quad nice and active too in the front of the leg. One more breath. Inhale up. Exhale, come down lower if you can. And then inhale, straighten both legs up. Turn both legs to the side. Bring your hands to your hips. So stay in this wide fold. Grab your strap or your dog leash. Bring it behind your back and bring your palms forward. It's keeping your feet wide. Try and keep your knees going out slightly. And then come forward. Bring your arms back over your head. So a more relaxed pose here. Push out into the sides of your feet so your feet aren't caving into your arches. So you're pushing into the pinky toe side of your feet. Now, if you want a little bit more stretch, you can bring your arms in a little bit more. And just shake your head side to side. So you don't want to push it, just let gravity work for you. One more breath here. And then slowly come back up, bending in your knees. Place the strap down. Bring your hands to your hips. You're going to turn the other way so your left foot's in front. Come onto your tippy toes of your right foot. If you lose your balance, it's totally cool. So tippy toes of your back foot. Inhale, lift your arms up. Yeah, we're just going straight into it. You may as well get it over and done with. Bend in that left knee any amount. Reach your arms up and push the back of that knee up towards the sky. Reach your arms up tall. Push down through your front heel. Find your breath here. Any sort of breath. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you bend a little bit lower. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, bend lower. Slightly drawing your belly in. One more breath here. Awesome if you've stayed with it. And inhale, lengthen up. Turn both feet to the side. This time you're going to bring your hands down. Place your hands on your lower back and squeeze your elbows back towards each other. So your hands are on your butt, lower back, and then you're going to lean down towards the ground. So try and keep that chest nice and open. So you can bend your knees a little bit if it feels good to get more into your hamstrings. Try and keep that chest more open. Stay here if it feels good, or interlace your fingers, maybe draw your shoulders away from your ears, or bring the strap back into it if that felt better. Take one more breath here and bring your hands down to the ground. Now, if you need to place those books or blocks or something again under your hands, that's fine, or step your hands out really forward in front of you, also fine. If you can get one hand flat on the ground, you can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. One hand flat on the ground. You're going to lift your left arm up and open and twist through your chest. So try and use that bottom hand to really push down and open through your chest. You can look up towards your top hand if that's not good for your neck. Stay looking down or straight to the side. Bring your hand back down to the ground. And left hand on the ground, lift your right arm up. Again, look down to the ground or look up towards your right arm if that's more comfortable. And then bring both hands back down to the ground. Kick your hands out, walk your feet back towards each other. Bend your knees and come down towards the ground. Push your hips back towards your heels and just lengthen your arms out into a child's pose. And slowly come up. Bring your legs forward. Lift up and then slowly roll down onto your back. Bring your feet in so your heels are close towards your bum. And then you're just going to push down through your heels, elbows in close to your body like a robot. Push down through your heels, lift your hips up until you feel that opening through the front of your legs. So push down through your heels more to get a little bit higher. So stay here and think about pushing your chest towards your chin to get more of an opening there as you push down through your elbows. If it's comfortable and you can do it, you can interlace your fingers underneath your lower back, shoulders. And when you've taken a couple more breaths in the bridge position, lower yourself down and come into a final savasana. You're going to spread your legs out long, spread your arms out wide, just rest on your back, palms up towards the ceiling, relax your head down into the mat, and just start to absorb all the benefits of doing this short yoga practice. Find a nice soft breath and just feel yourself melt into the floor. Stay here for as long as you can. And just find your breath. Be still.